About 3 years ago, I was on a VIP tour of Universal Studios Orlando with a bunch of other travel agent owners, like myself, and one of my travel agents. We toured the Universal Studios Florida Park and the Islands of Adventure Park. While we're doing this, I'm talking back and forth with the other travel agency owners, and these are some big travel agencies like AAA, people like that. And of course, they're asking all these questions about how you do business, what your niche is, how much you sell. It always amazes me how much people will ask you, business to business, about how you do business. In the process of all this, I started to feel a little small with all these bigwigs around me. And at the end of the day, we were in a VIP lounge, nice, air-conditioned after being out in the Florida heat all day long, drinking some cool water, and the director of Universal Orlando Sales comes in to the room. His name's Freddie. I knew who Freddie was, but I'd never met him before in person. And Freddie is super energetic, super positive, and very loud. Freddie's working his way around the room, shaking everybody's hand, getting their names. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I was the last person he came to. Shook my hand and said, "Hi, I'm Freddie." I said, "Hi, I'm Tim Jones with Destinations to Explore." And he held my hand just a little too long, and his jaw dropped, and he said, "Do you know who this guy is?" to every other agency owner in that room. And they all were dumbstruck, as was I. So I thought I might be in trouble or something, or didn't belong there. Freddie proceeds to say, "This guy sold more Universal vacations than anybody else in the world." And the first question out of somebody else's mouth in the room was, "How did he do it?" Freddie says, "Search engine, pay-per-click, something or another." Freddie had no idea we'd done it all with video lead generation. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to share with you how you can learn to use video lead generation to become a top seller in your industry. Why video? We own an online business. Most of you are probably in an online business. Online business has a natural hesitancy from buyers. It's a much bigger gap to bridge. You have to build much more confidence in your buyers before they buy. Video makes a very fast connection. It bridges that gap more quickly than any other media resource out there. It's like watching a movie. As I just demonstrated to you, it works. And it's on demand. You can get video and give it to your buyer at any time, and they can see it immediately. There's a problem with that, though. There's 48 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every hour of every day. And those videos get 3 billion views per day. To me, video lead generation and for my business all boils down to views. And what I'm going to talk about today is not just getting more views, but getting more targeted views. Getting those views that are going to convert to a sale for you, that aren't just going to be a lead, but are going to become income for your business. And getting yourself inside of this 48 hours of video and 3 billion views. The first thing I want to talk about is metadata. I've had a lot of conversations with YouTube employees and Google employees, and they say over and over and over again, if you want more views, improve your metadata. For YouTube, your metadata is your title, your description, and your tags. I can't tell you how many people I see that don't take advantage of these tools that YouTube gives you. We're going to start with the title because that's the most important one. YouTube ranks it in order of importance: title, description, tags. Your title can make a huge difference in your video. I've had a single video increase 200,000 views in 48 hours because I changed the position of the words in the title. I didn't change a single word in the title, I just moved one from the end to the beginning. And it made a 200,000 view in 48-hour difference. You'll see people do things like put new, breaking, improved, rare at the beginning of their title. They're targeting new, rare, breaking, and not the keywords that they want to target. One of my favorites is, I've had somebody say, well, I'm not getting any views on my Miley Cyrus video. Well, it's because it's titled The Best Ever Miley Cyrus Video. You don't get to Miley Cyrus till the fourth word. And that's what I'm talking about optimizing not just the title for the keywords that you're targeting, but where are those keywords in your title? Makes a huge difference. So spend some time on your title optimizing it. Next is the description, and this is one of the ones that I see utilized the least on YouTube. People will throw a link in the description, and then that's it. Or a link in the description and their Twitter handle, and that's it. Do you know that you have between 3,000 and 5,000 characters in that description that YouTube gives you? It's based on what your relationship is with YouTube, but the maximum is 5,000. The minimum is 3,000. That's a blog post. And you should optimize it just like you would a blog post. Use tools like Google's keyword tool, Google Trends, keyword discovery tools. I use a tool called Inbound Writer and Scribe, which optimize the entire description itself. When you write your description, this is your place for calls to action. This is your place to point people to the site, the page, or the post you're trying to drive traffic to. So put that URL right at the beginning of your description with the HTTP : / so that it's clickable. Anytime you put any link in your description, it needs to have that syntax so that it's clickable. Otherwise, it's just more text in there. That text is what YouTube and Google both read when they're spidering and creating search engine results. It's mainly that description because that's where all your text is and that's what they can read. Your tags, and I'm going to bunch a few things in with tags, but tags are of the least importance. I don't spend a lot of time on tags. Google primarily uses title and description to get the search results. The other thing you'll see are the related videos on the side. Those mainly come from your description and your title. The tags are third in priority, and that's about how much time I spend on them. The other thing I want to say about tags is don't get carried away. Google doesn't, or YouTube, depending on which employee you talk to, they don't want 15 tags in there, 30 tags in there. It's supposed to be a targeted video and targeted metadata, so you do between 5 and 10. YouTube recently made it really easy to do tags. They used to be confusing. It used to be you go in and you just type, for me, one of my keyword phrases a lot is Walt Disney World. And you would type Walt Disney World. Well, then you're targeting with your tags Walt, and then Disney is another tag, and then World is another tag when I want to target Walt Disney World. So you used to have to put it in quotes. Now, if you use YouTube recently, you'll see that they've changed the tags to look more like a Google Plus tag. So you just type in what you want, hit enter, and you'll see a gray box around it encompassing your entire tag. But you need to make sure that that's the tag you're targeting, that that's the keyword phrase you're targeting, not the enter. So be careful with that with tags. Something else that's part of the metadata that a lot of people don't know that YouTube includes in their criteria for search results and for those related videos is the map. When you're uploading your video, if you click over about 3 tabs, there's an opportunity to locate your video on a map. Now, I do a lot of travel videos, so for me that's fantastic because oftentimes the location is one of my keyword phrases. But I'm sure you can do the same thing with whatever location you took the video. It's more opportunity for you to add text that's included in the criteria, and a lot of people don't take advantage of it. The last thing that's part of your metadata is your category. Use the category wisely. Put your video in the most accurate category you can. Most of mine fall into travel and events, but I've also used sports. Sometimes I use news and politics if it's breaking news. The one thing I'd caution you on is this is one of the things that YouTube keeps a very close eye on. If you try to game the category on videos and show a pattern of that, they will ban you from YouTube forever. They don't like you to play games with their categories. I've had lots of friends come up to me and say, man, you can get all kinds of views if you put your video in news and politics. Yeah, but if it doesn't have anything to do with news and politics, you're going to end up without a YouTube channel. So just be careful with your category and how you use that, but do it accurately. The next thing I'm going to talk about are links, inbound links to your video. Again, this is one that I see go unused far too often. Most of the people in this room, you probably won't have this problem, but a lot of the big stars on YouTube and a lot of people trying to break into video lead generation don't take advantage of inbound links and the value that they add to video. Just like your website, inbound links to your video page are like gold. This is going to be the primary source of traffic to your video page, is inbound links. And one of the primary ways to get one right off the bat is your own blog. As soon as I upload a video, I create a blog post that describes the video, embeds the video, and links to the video, and I get an immediate link to that video. So here I want to show you this. This is one of my channels, and this is when I was first starting it. And I'd put all these videos, I'd uploaded them to YouTube all in about the same week. Okay? I want you to look at the views at the top. It looks like a bar graph and it says 22 for the first one, 18 for the second one. If you look down at the bottom, you've got 193, 77, 77. The only difference between those videos at the top and the videos at the bottom, I did a blog post with a link to that video on the bottom. That's 3 to 4 times as many views just from me writing a blog post. It's from my own site to my own video, and it increases your views that much. And most people don't do that. You can very quickly add 3 more links into your video. One of the ones I've had a lot of success with is creating a Squidoo lens. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Squidoo. It's a site that Seth Godin created. It's basically a mini web page. The beauty of Squidoo and the lenses you create in about 15 to 20 minutes is the links out from Squidoo are follow links. They count as inbound links to YouTube. So I take about 20 minutes and create a Squidoo lens, which is basically a one-page web page that talks about the video that I created and embed the video in that Squidoo lens, and that link from the embedded video counts as an inbound link to YouTube.
How do you spell that?
Squidoo. Yep. Another one is Hub Pages. I don't use Hub Pages because last I checked anyway, Hub Pages is not a follow link. It doesn't count as an inbound link to YouTube. So I use Squidoo, and I've seen very good traffic to my videos from Squidoo. You can find out where your video views are coming from by checking your stats on YouTube. So if you want to figure out where it's coming from. Another way is write an article and use ezine articles or Go articles. I use both. Rewrite the article a little bit for each one because the link in your signature is an inbound link, is a follow link that counts towards your video. So I write a quick article in the signature block, put that link to my video.
What were those two again? I'm sorry. What were those two?
ezinearticles.com and goarticles.com. The one thing you have to be careful with article databases is a lot of them are no follow links. Those two I know are follow, but a lot of them are no follow links.
Easy articles?
Ezine, E-Z-I-N-E, articles. Yep. The other one's Go articles. Again, it takes a little work, but you immediately have 3 to 4 links into your video, and you can see what a difference a link makes. So now you've created all these links. Oh, I'm sorry. This is another one that a lot of people aren't aware of. In that description where I told you have 5,000 characters to use, if you put a link to another YouTube video, that counts as a follow link, as far as YouTube is concerned. as far as their search results are concerned, that counts as an additional inbound link to your video. How many of you know the Shaytards? The Shaytards, they're a big YouTube celebrity. I'm surprised more people don't know him. He gets like 400,000 or 500,000 views a day on his videos. He puts up a video every single day. He floundered for a year on YouTube until he got a single inbound link from a big YouTube user in that YouTube user's description. That's why a lot of YouTube personalities will partner with each other, because those links inside of the description to other YouTube videos count as follow links. Another link you want to think about is the link to your channel, your YouTube channel. Because you want people to come to your channel, see all the other content you have. You want them to come there and subscribe so they see all your new content as you upload it. And your channel is also targeted with metadata. So you want your channel to show up in the search engine results. The one thing with the link to your channel is you need to be careful how you write it, the syntax of it. This Hawaii video channel, you can get to that by typing in youtube.com/destinationshawaii. That link, though, does not count as a follow link to your channel. Does not count as an inbound link. YouTube will only count it if you do youtube.com/user/your username on YouTube. You've got to have that /user in between youtube.com and your username, otherwise they won't count it as an inbound link, which is also good to know if you are doing a guest post, if you're writing that article and putting it in your signature block. You want to make sure that you have the syntax of that link correct so that it counts. All right, so now you have your metadata optimized. You've got a few links coming into your video. Next, the third and last thing I'm going to talk about is sharing your video. There's settings in YouTube so where as soon as you upload a video, you can immediately share it with Facebook and Twitter. You can also share it with Orkut, but I don't use that. So I do it to Facebook and Twitter. Every time I upload a video, it gets pushed through to my Facebook and Twitter accounts. So you want to share it with your social network. That's powerful marketing that you can take advantage of. You also want to do, I've had great success with StumbleUpon. One of the top 10 tags on StumbleUpon is video. Put your video, add your video to StumbleUpon and tag it with video and whatever other relevant tags you have. Another one is Google+. YouTube is owned by Google+, or by Google. Google Plus is owned by Google. The other thing is Google Plus is the only social network that I'm aware of that Google indexes. So I will basically put that entire description in my post on Google Plus and embed that video on Google Plus every time I upload a video. As far as I know, it doesn't count as an inbound link, but it helps because it adds to what is showing up and getting indexed by Google. Another one, how many of you know that you can pin a video on Pinterest? Yeah, it's not just for pictures. It's quickly rising to one of my top sources of traffic for my videos. Pinterest is. So every video I do, I upload it, I pin it on Pinterest. Another one, I was just talking with Nate outside before about other video sharing sites. Number 2 video sharing site is Vimeo. I put most of my videos on Vimeo. We've got Dailymotion, Blip TV, whatever strikes your fancy, but don't be afraid to share it on other video sites. And when you do it after you've uploaded it to YouTube, so that you have the link from your YouTube video that you can put in the description on Vimeo or Blip. It's not a follow link, but it's driving traffic. The whole idea is you're driving that traffic down that funnel. You're starting up here with a brand new video and you're trying to drive it down to your site. You get further up that funnel and further away from the original content and where you're trying to drive traffic, and then you're trying to push it down inside that funnel. Same thing. Share it with other video sites, but keep driving it down that funnel and towards where you want it to go. I use a service called RippleFire. There's also TubeMogul, Traffic Geyser that helps you with this. So you don't have to go to these individual video sharing sites and upload your video over and over and over again. I upload it once to RippleFire, and then RippleFire sends it out to the other video sharing services. They will actually put it on YouTube, but I want to put it on YouTube myself. Number one, so I have that link, and number two, because I want to be able to optimize the metadata on YouTube better than RippleFire does. But those services are worth using. So as my friend Walt here says, it's time for me to quit talking and for you to begin doing. These are the three primary ways that we've used video in our business to generate tremendous leads. And it's the same way you can in whatever niche you're in. But you have to do the work. And there's other things I didn't talk about that I didn't have time, like take the time to create good content. Create good video content. But don't let perfection become the enemy of good enough. You know, a lot of what you see on YouTube is the social aspect of it. It's a social networking site just like Facebook. If you make it too professional looking, people are going to feel disconnected from you and you take away that social aspect of it. So don't let good enough or perfect be the enemy of good enough. The other thing is provide some value to your client and your customer with your video. How to, tours, reviews, do something to provide value to them in your video. And then when you upload those videos, do those three things, your metadata, your inbound links, and share it with your network, and you'll see great results from your video lead generation program. Questions? I'm out of time, so. Yes?
Were all of those videos your original content?
Yes. All my videos?
All the ones that you showed in Hawaii, the different resorts?
Yes, those are all my original content. However, you can use other content provided you have permission to use it. I actually have permission from Disney as a partner with Disney. I can use their video content if I want to. It's through their press program. Things like that you can use if you need it. And we have in the past. I mean, we have over 2,000 videos on all our channels. So there's a few that have other people's content. But the majority of it is our own content. All right, I thank you guys for coming. Hope you learned something.